Walk-on Indians coming off a 56-12 win at Oline last week. Chad Beermann, head coach of the Indians, joining us. And coach got off to that big lead in the first quarter and never looked back in a game like many games, I suppose. How important is it to just have that momentum from the get-go? Because looking at the scoreboard, seemingly you had that.
Well, we had a nice first quarter, 21-0. And then, I don't know, our defense kind of forgot what they were about. And Owen had some nice little change-ups that we hadn't seen. And they were actually able to go up and down the field on us. And that second quarter got pretty wild. It was 13-14, basically. It was, or 12, I guess, 14-12 in the second quarter. As far as the scoring, they went down, we scored. They drove again, scored. We went down and scored, and then we got a stop right before half. So it was getting a little more interesting than it looked like it was going to be from the start. But we got them in halftime, made some corrections. They took advantage of some things, and they did a good job with their offensive game plan. But once we got our kids settled down, we played. And offensively, it was a great night. Our starting offense ran a total of 17 plays to get the 56 points, and we had, I think, like 5 one-play drives. So it was a huge offensive night. Like I said, the defense struggled, and so that's something we got to work on this week.
And when you get off to a 21-0 lead like that, how hard is it to just keep that mental focus going when things go your way early in the game like that?
I think it is to a certain extent, but we kind of judge ourselves against ourselves. We want to play to our talent level, not to the scoreboard. That's something we talk about all the time with the kids, and that'll be a focus, or that's been a focus this week as well. Is how well are we executing regardless of who we're playing, and regardless of what it says on the scoreboard. That's how we judge ourselves, and we kind of fell short of that Friday.
And you're looking at that offensive output. You mentioned the number one unit going 17 plays. Looking at the stat sheet, you ran 23 plays from scrimmage, and 8 times you reached the end zone. Have you ever seen a number like that?
No. When I was at Valley, we had one game like that with Keyhi back in the early 2000s, but that doesn't happen very often.
And defensively, you got some improvements to make, as you mentioned, but you did end up taking the ball away 3 times. Granted, there's some rough edges you need to smooth out, but when you get to the point where you're taking the ball away 3 times a game off teams, that has to be a positive thing. What do you credit that to?
Kids being in the right place at the right time. The fumble recovery was Isaac Rose stripped the ball, and Pat Hennessy was there to fall on it, and then Nash made a couple of nice plays at free safety to get those picks. Again, you got to be around the ball to get turnovers, and we've got kids flying at the ball. And the first Waverly, we were way down on the turnover scale, and I think with Decorah, we were pretty close, and we've kind of been slowly knocking it back in our favor. So that something we can continue to work on, but it's part of why we've been successful the last few weeks.
As a 2A football coach, did you ever think you would play Dubuque Wahlert in a district game?
I did not. We were kind of surprised to see they dropped all the way down to 2A, and then when they stuck us in our district, or stuck them in the district with us, that was kind of a surprise too. With there's a lot of schools that are closer to the Dubuque area, but it is it is what the state gave us, so that's what we'll coach against.
And the Golden Eagles this year, what impresses you in your film study?
Well, I mean, if you look at the record, you wouldn't think. I mean, they're 1-4, but they're 4 losses. 3 of those are against teams that are, 4-1, and then they got a 3-2 loss in there too, and it's NFV, and then you got West Delaware and Assumption and Xavier. So I mean, they played some outstanding teams. Watching their NFV film, and same thing against Union, and even against Xavier, they've got kids that can go on any play, can go the distance for a touchdown. So that's really concerning. They had a couple 50-yard plus touchdowns against NFV. They've got some they got the wingbacks at 11, 100-meter kid. So they've got speed and talent, and the quarterback puts the ball on the money. So offensively, they're a very explosive team.
All right, Coach, hopefully theme for win.
All right. Hey, you kind of broke up there.
I heard you loud and clear, though, Coach. But again, good luck to you this Friday night. Chad Beermann, head coach of the Walk-On Indians. It's Walk-On and Wahlert Friday night.